Hello, my name is Omar Abasad. It is May 7th, Sunday 2017 at 6:29 p.m. in Toronto. Going to read an article today about um, the brain chip. And we were talking, or I was talking about the interconnectedness of, um, of the world, including, of course, human beings. So, what the the computer world is manifesting is a reflection of what is already here and always have been. The fact that we are connected to each other already um, through physical laws, through universal laws. We are connected, and it's been proven. So it seems that we are manifesting physically what's already in the universe. So this article, it's titled "Intel Chips and Brain Will Control Computers by 2020. Brain waves will replace keyboard and mouse, dial phones, and change TV channels." So this is just in line with the subject of the interconnectedness of the universe, basically. And the computer system is just reflecting that. So I'm just going to read this. So by the year 2020, you won't need a keyboard and mouse to control your computer, say Intel Corp researchers. Instead, users will open documents and surf the web using nothing more than their brainwaves. And we already have technology that where you can access your brainwaves and change it, and move balls with your brainwaves as well. So this is moving at a very fast pace. Scientists at Intel's research lab in Pittsburgh are working to find ways to read and harness human brainwaves so they can be used to operate computers, television sets, and cell phones. The brainwaves could be harnessed with Intel-developed sensors implanted in people's brains. Again, the brainwaves would be harnessed with Intel-developed sensors implanted in people's brains. And this is reality, folks. This is not sci-fi. The scientists say the plan is not a scene from a sci-fi movie. Big Brother wouldn't be planting chips in your brain against your will. Researchers expect that consumers will want the freedom they will gain by using the implant. Again, I'm just going to read that. The scientists say the plan is not a scene from a sci-fi movie. Big Brother wouldn't be planting chips in your brain against your will. Researchers expect that consumers will want the freedom they will gain by using the implant. Freedom, convenience. Most people will be clamoring for it. And of course, there's a downside to privacy and the chip being hacked and so on. That's my comment. I think human beings are remarkably adaptive, said Andrew Chain, Vice President of Research and Director of Future Technologies Research at Intel Labs. If you told people 20 years ago that they would be carrying computers all the time, they would have said, I don't want that. I don't need that. Now, you can't get them to stop carrying devices. There are a lot of things that have to be done first, but I think implanting chips into the human brain is, well, within the scope of possibility, unquote. Intel Research scientist Dean Parmalu told Computer World that users will soon tire of depending on computer interface and having to fish a device out of their pocket or bag to access it. He also predicted that users will tire of having to manipulate an interface with their fingers. We are trying to prove you can do interesting things with brainwaves, said Parmalu. Eventually, people may be willing to be more committed to brain implants. Imagine being able to surf the web with the power of your thoughts. To get to that point, Parmalu said his research teammates from Intel, Carnegie Mellon University, and the University of Pittsburgh are currently working on decoding human brain activity. Obviously, there are some tests that's being done. Parmalu said the team has used functional magnetic resonance imaging fMRI machines to determine that blood flow changes in specific areas of the brain based on what word or image someone is thinking of. People tend to show the same brain patterns for similar thoughts, he added. For instance, if two people think of the image of a bear or hear the word bear or even hear a bear growl, a neuro image would show similar brain activity. Basically, there are standard patterns that show up in the brain for different words or images. Parmalu said researchers are close to gaining the ability to build brain sensing technology into a headset that could be used to manipulate a computer. The next step is development of a tiny, far less cumbersome sensor that could be implanted inside the brain. Such brain research isn't limited to Intel and its university partners. Almost 2 years ago, in the US and Japan, scientists in the US and Japan announced that a monkey's brain was used to control a humanoid robot. And talks about research, other research as well. And a month before that, a scientist at the University of Arizona reported that he had successfully built a robot that is guided by the brain and eyes of a moth. I'm skipping some of this. Today, Intel's Parmalu said various research facilities are developing technologies to sense activity from inside the skull. Again, there's going to be research done. And I have dealt with the topic of unwitting experimentation. And this topic came up in that context as well. That's my comment. If you can get to the point where we can accurately detect specific words, we could mentally type, he said. You could compose characters or words by thinking about letters, flashing on the screen, or typing whole words rather than their individual characters. Parmalu also noted that the more scientists figure out about the brain, it will help them design better microprocessors. He said, if we can see how the brain does it, then we could build smarter computers. Food for thought, food for your brain. Talk to you another time.